Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for coming into the paint shop and viewing our quality circles. I want to say, before we start off, I'm very proud of you guys for what you guys done at this quality circle. Many of you first time quality circle, so I'm excited about this. And the utilization of the steps 1 through 8 for quality circles did a great job. So with that, I'll hand it over to Juan to introduce the quality circle and kick it off.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. Juan Medellin, primer inspection group leader. I would like to start with our safety commitment, which is we will ensure safety on every one of our trials. And I'll pass it on to Crystal.
Hi. So the name of our group was Holding the Flow In. We're part of a Moisture Sand line, and our team consisted of myself, Crystal Arispe, as a leader. Then we also had Juan and Ricardo as our advisors, and our circle members were Miguel, Jose, Sandra, and Moses. So for our theme, so we used the quality KPI FMDS board to kind of figure out what issues we were having, right? And we saw as part of, we looked at, of course, quality, cost, and safety. So we saw that our quality wasn't meeting target at any time. So we decided to put our efforts into that. And then so our level assessment. So when we first started off, I was the only one with quality circle experience. All our team members, this is going to be their first time ever in a quality circle. And also my first time actually leading one. So a little overview on exactly who we are. So paint shop overview, you know, bodies come in from weld shop, then they go into A process, B process, C process, D process, E process, and off to assembly. We are right in the middle of it. So we're C process. Our job is to catch all the defects that are created in primer, in sealer, in A process, as well as overlooks from body weld shop as well. So it's our final chance to catch all the defects before the top coat is applied. Now I'm gonna hand it over to Sandra to go over step 1.
Hello everybody, my name is Sandra Tapia and I will be presenting step 1 and step 2. And I would like to start by reading the ultimate goal, Toyota's mission statement, which is to safely build the highest quality vehicle in the shortest lead time with the lowest cost to exceed customer expectations. How do we help to achieve this goal? By setting our own little target. It starts from us. In the paint shop, our goal is to achieve 90% FRR to finesse. By containing the defects, keeping the flow inside of our process, then we should be able to help out to achieve this goal. From July 22nd to August 30th, 2019, we had 13 defects shipped to the finesse line. Ideally, of course, our flow out, we would like it to be 0. This will leave us with a gap of 613 flow out to finesse. Step 2, break down the problem. Once we have 613 offlines, we decided to break it down. Where are the defects coming from? And we decided that most of the defects would come from pitch 6. As we break it down, we found out there were metal seats that we were shipping the most. And to be more specific, it took us down to interior side member on the left side with 34 defects. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about pitch 6. Pitch 6, we inspect and repair interior under the hood. We move on to door 1 and then to the interior side member. From there we continue to the access panel and the interior tailgate. 34 metal seats were overlooked on the interior side member inspection from pitch L, making this our point of occurrence. Now I'm going to pass it down to Jose.
Hello everyone, I'm Jose. I'm going to go over step 3 and 4. Step 3, set a target. Our target is to reduce offlines to finesse. By that would be 34 to 7. That's an 80% reduction. And on the side note, you heard about the SBS is the highest technology that can only catch 95% of defects. And our inspection is only able to detect 80% of defects. That will also reduce our gap to 613 to 586. That's a 4.5% improvement and I'd like to hit this target by September 2019. Step 4, we analyzed the root cause. So we did the 4 M's and the E. So the 4 M's was good, and we saw that the environment E was no good, especially the lights. So we went into the GTC Gabuchu, and the root cause of that was that the light was not providing enough standard of lux. Lux is the standard of inspection of light. And currently our lux is at 1,090 lux. And the standard is between 1,200 to 3,500. Now I'm hand it over back to Crystal.
So step 5, develop countermeasures. Some of the things we looked at doing was adding a light clip to our hard hat, additional lights for pitch 6, gloves with lights, as well as a stylus with lights. So we thought that the most effective and durable would be getting those additional lights put in. So then we developed an action plan. So our action plan was to do the standard lux, find out the current lux, trial reflective tape, trial mirror, trial light positions, determine the position, get consensus, run trials, and of course submit the Kaizen. So at first we tried to do the most cost-efficient thing, which would go with the foil tape, reflective tape, and the mirror. That way it could reflect the lights off the wall onto there and then onto the truck. But we still weren't meeting the standard lux for our team members. So we knew that we would have to go with adding additional lights. So we went to the additional lights. We then tried to find out what position do we want to put them in. So we thought about top. So additional ceiling lights, projector lights, but we found that to be in no good condition because it was going to block the lights that we currently have, as well as it wasn't going to hit the top interior side members, so it would be no good. Then we looked into side lights, but we thought it would be too hard to accomplish, especially with a moving line that stops and goes. Then we looked at bottom lights. So these were lights that we actually had it within the paint shop. We decided to try and utilize them onto the floor. So why we decided to go with this, because if we had floor lights, it would help hit all the angles of interior side members, as well as it wouldn't be taking any of the current lights we have away, but adding more light to it. So obviously we're on our project of SVS, so we tried to avoid any additional costs by aligning it with our project that we already have. So step 6, seeing the countermeasures through. So then we installed the temp lights. So the temporary lights, we had to work a lot on it. We had team members come in early to add additional ergo matting into it. That way we have a flat surface, no one gets injured or anything. So it really was a team effort just to go through everything. We had a lot of our safety team get involved, paint specialists, AMs, our QCC members, our team members, and as well as help from additional group leaders within the paint shop. Once we ran those trials, we saw that our standard had now increased 440 lux. So once we thought that was good, we went ahead and submitted our Kaizen. And then I'll hand it over to Miguel for step 7.
Hello, my name is Miguel. I'm going to be doing step 7 and step 8. Monitor both results and processes. Once the new lights were installed on the floor, it was able to provide more lighting to the interior side members and the rockers. We were able to meet standards from 1,090 lux to 1,701 lux, giving us a 611 lux increase. We exceeded target of 7 by reducing it to 4, from 34 to 4. We also exceeded target of 4.5% improvement to 5% improvement, reducing the gap from 613 to 583. Step 8, standardize successful processes. We added a QC tool for daily startup. We added a RJ item for weekly lux, maintaining standards. We created a plan to maintain lights. This was actually supposed to pop down, but this is the light inspection form. We are working with MAC to maintain the lights. The only issues with the lights right now is that they're flickering. So engineering is going to get us some working on new hardware. 1123 it should be arriving, installed and everything. Here's the hardware. We also added BPACs, best practice and Kaizen sharing. We have the number for other plants to benefit from our quality circles, and that's pretty much it. Also continuing with step 8, Yokoten. Pitch 4, help inspect lower verticals and rockers, help team members with inspection patterns. We also plan on future plans with A process to install floor lighting to minimize the flow out to moisture sand and minimize the flow out to Finesse and the rest of the paint shop. I'm going to hand it back to Crystal.
All right. So first, just kind of going over the lights. So right here, this is kind of where we started, right? Jason, if you go over to the other black line. So the first one was initially where we started, and that was where we ended up. So as you can see how much brighter it gets, what impact we have, especially looking inside these side members that are being blocked by our bodies and the door. So our level assessment. With our level assessments, as I said earlier, we started off very low in zone D, and by the end of it, we were able to go into the middle of zone D, leading over to zone C. So reflection. So for me, it was just nice just to start a quality circle. Of course, first time leading it. We didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. You know, it was the first time leading, so I was very nervous. And, you know, I seen a lot of these things like fail and be difficult. So it was just nice to go over this, all 8 steps and just to have that team member input. You know, a lot of times we're busy online doing what we have to do daily to get the people who actually do the work to get input and then just see everything come to life and just see something that we can take pride in, that not just we accomplished, but my team members accomplished and they came up with. And it was just nice and reassuring.
Like Crystal said, my reflection was also that it was my first quality circle. So it's really nice to see how everything works, like step by step, how the process works, how everything comes together towards the end. And I also learned what lux means. It's a standard of light.
My reflection was, I was surprised to see our quality circle in effect with all the hard work and time that we put into it and being installed. It was pretty cool to see, help out the team members with defects and overlooks and everything like that. It was good to know all the 8 steps and know new words, Yokoten, Genchi, Genbutsu. So it was pretty cool to learn those kind of words. And I'm going to hand it off to Sandra.
For me, it was a very personal challenge. I have a hard time speaking in front of people. So I did it. I did it. Also, it was eye-opening. I had no idea how many offlines we were shipping to Finesse. Now, I have this interest in finding out how we can help. What else can we do to help to moisture sand? I rotate, I work upstairs too, and we see defects. What else can we do to help out? And that will be the end. Those questions, please direct them to Crystal.